In Topic 2, we discuss the advantage of humans over other species. In this topic, we enumerate the further diversification of humans in the circumstances which we are born and ways that we act as persons. We are all born, for instance, as male or female in a particular place and time, and so we are segregated by sex, race, and age. Had we all been born female of one single race at the same moment, there would not have been any sexual and racial discrimination or child abuse or violence against the aged, for that matter. Add to that our diverse physical traits, multi-competences, and many preferences, and the social flints that ignite bias against persons are infinitely multiplied. And for convenience, we collectively refer to these as genders, to include sex, race, age, physical traits, competence, and preference. In Filipino, their first syllables happen to spell salahedanggana, sari, lahi, edad, anyo, galing, nais. Taken together, we will call it kakanyahan, o kung ano ang nasa kanya.
Ang mga kakanyahan ay sadyang iba-iba, kapwa pahalagahan, salahedanggana, sari, lahi at edad, anyo, galing at nais. Ang mga komunidad ang magbibigkis. Salahedanggana, salahedanggana, kapwa pahalagahan, salahedanggana. Ang mga kakanyahan ay sadyang iba-iba, kapwa pahalagahan, salahedanggana, sari, lahi at edad, anyo, galing at nais. Ang mga komunidad ang magbibigkis. Salahedanggana, salahedanggana, kapwa pahalagahan, salahedanggana.
Women are invariably at the receiving end of harassment and rape. At work, they get paid less than men and hold positions of little authority. At home, they do most of the chores and bear the weight of giving birth and nurturing children. To say that women are doubly burdened is an understatement. Meanwhile, men get to make important decisions, own properties, and are regarded as head of the family. Now, how did that happen? Something like this. The human species has yet to transcend aggression as the main mode of determining positions in society. And for some reason, aggressiveness and machismo are more evident in males. So, males get to dominate females. Racial discrimination, wars of attrition, and genocide abound throughout history, and even petty regionalism and racist slurs and jokes stoke resentment among people. What is race, by the way? It is a shared identity. Language, diet, physical features, bone structure, temperament, humor, of a people who for a considerable length of time live together in a common territory. But nowadays, people migrate, intermarry, and move about more freely, and all the more reason for us to debunk race as a rigid distinctive. Age, a sensitive topic to some of us, alongside human lifespan, creates another obvious distinction among people. Being quite young makes one vulnerable to older people. Being quite old, on the other hand, puts one at the mercy of a younger, stronger generation. Abuse of minors and violence against the elderly are heads and tails of the coin of age discrimination. We are all aware, of course, that a lot of people don't get a job just because they are plump, short, dark-skinned, kalbo, pango, bungi, duling, or not that pretty. And that's just the looks part. The world is certainly not friendly to people who are blind, deaf, mute, autistic, paraplegic, and those afflicted with cancer, leprosy, AIDS, Down syndrome, amnesia, Parkinson's disease, and other infirmities. That well-known same for same result dictum in physics does not quite apply to salaries and incomes. 8 hours of farming, driving a tricycle, or washing clothes is not anywhere near the equivalent of 8 hours of board meetings, concert performance, or playing professional sports. The philosophy of our education system is partly to blame. Besides stressing the notion that some are smarter than others, competences, or competencies as some would prefer, are seldom evenly appraised. Even in UP, PE is excluded in computing a student's general weighted average. We also need to remind ourselves that talent is honed by opportunity, and therefore it is incumbent upon society to prioritize those who sorely lack the opportunity to realize their full potential.
Ang galing mong sumayaw, ang galing kong gumalaw, ang galing niyang kumanta, ang ating galing iba-iba. Ang galing mong tumakbo, ang galing kong magluto, ang galing niyang magpinta, ang ating galing iba-iba. Ang galing ba't mag-isip, ang galing managinip, ang galing magpatawa, ang ating galing iba-iba. Ang galing sa kwentahan, ang galing sa kwentuhan, ang galing ng pagdama, ang ating galing iba, ang ating galing iba, ang ating galing iba-iba.
People have varied preferences over a broad field of choices, from food to music, clothes, books, movies, hobbies, and so on. And it seems to be in our nature to look down upon and make fun of those whose preferences happen to differ from ours. And for lesbians and gays particularly, even choosing jobs, friends, or lovers are subject to scrutiny and discrimination due to well-entrenched social biases. The sheer number of combinations of diversities in sex, race, age, physical traits, competences, and preferences must tell us that even though people may share quite a number of qualities in common, certainly no two individuals are exactly alike. Indeed, each person is special. Individuality, however, is quite different from individualism. Unlike individualism, individuality puts premium on the intrinsic value of every person, but always in the context of the community and its collective well-being.
Bukod tangi ako, bukod tangi ka, bukod tangi tayo, bukod tangi sila. Sa kakanyahan, sa lahid ang gana, bukod tangi ang bawat isa. Bukod tangi ako, bukod tangi ka, bukod tangi tayo, bukod tangi sila.